Hi everyone, welcome to Geek Bros Inc. We are going to be doing another unboxing for the Zord Ascension project. Looks like the one we got is the Dragonzord. Looks like this came in the mail yesterday, and I think we're all both excited to see the Dragonzord.
Yep.
And we're gonna see.
What are we gonna see?
We're gonna see the Dragonzord.
Yes,
and,
we will see the Dragonzord. As evident by the Dragonzord box.
Yes. Can you?
So, right there, you can kind of see what it'll look like on the side there. And then on the back, there's some more and the different combinations that you can do. And here's some of that new art that they're doing. Yeah, because it looks like Tom Whalen is no longer part of the art for the Lightning Collection. Which is kind of sad, because I thought he did a great job. But this looks cool too. And there's the top. And the bottom. So, what are your feelings about the Dragonzord?
Well, I think it's gonna look really cool, and I know the Dragonzord is your favorite, one of your favorite Zords.
Well, Green Ranger is my favorite Ranger, which is basically any JDF Ranger. Is good. Can't wait to see the new one when his movie comes out.
Yep, the Legend of the White Dragon.
Yep. For those who don't know, that was a Kickstarter. What was that, last year? Yep. So, he's doing a movie. Yay. Okay. Are you ready to see what's inside?
Yes.
Well, that'll be the Dragonzord. Because this is a Dragonzord box. See? It says so right there.
Yeah, and it even has what episode it's in.
Yep, so it'll be Season 1, Episode 21. So that was all part of the Green with Evil series. It's a 5-part series. And it had lots of stuff happening there. You know, Green Ranger premiered. Jason was all kidnapped. Zordon was banished to Sector U9. It gave poor Alpha a virus. You know. Scorpina was there too. Things went crazy.
Things did go crazy.
And Rita almost won.
She did.
And they almost gave up, but Jason's like, no, positive thinking.
Yay, positive thinking.
So here's that. You can see the Z. Right? You can see it? Okay. And there's the QR code on there on the top.
For the website?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Very cool.
How about that art?
I am liking the art for the Zap project. I think it's definitely unique.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it's different for every box.
Yep. So this one depicts the Megazord fighting Dragonzord, and that would have been part 5, breaking the spell. Right?
Yeah.
You didn't know it was called that. What you agreed?
I don't know why I agreed with that, but I trust in your knowledge of Power Rangers.
Well, you should.
You have the coins.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the control panel console more or less looks like. So, yep, there's that. So you can see it's indented.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so much like the other one, we have these nice Zord Ascension Project baggies. Okay, so we have. Let's see. There's the instructions. How many steps do you think are going to be on this one? Because last one's like 20 something.
It's probably going to be the same.
There's that thing. Okay, so here's this. And you can see that it's not like the dragon face, it's the Dragonzord in fighting mode, so it's sort of like a Megazord face there. And there's the back.
There's about 50.
So far we're at 17. Let's see. Okay, looks like 18 steps. Okay, so really this is more like, I don't know, 45 steps or so. 35, whatever. Because it has different modes, you know. So this one is just general setting up of the Dragonzord, and then we got Dragonzord in fighting mode, because that's where that one lands there. But this one is where it also transforms basically armor for the Megazord. So the only one left from season 1 will be Titanus. I haven't heard anything about them doing a Titanus, but I do have the original Titanus that this will probably fit in.
Which I would be cool to do a Titanus.
Yeah, probably also charge like $250 for it.
True, it is Hasbro.
Okay, so this baggie had like all the little accessories in it. So it has these firing. Oh, there. Yeah. You see the missiles for the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some Megazord hands. And there's 2 sets of Dragonzord hands. So there's that one. And then the other set has the finger missiles on it. And that should just kind of fit into one of these probably. Or no, it doesn't really look, because there's no indent in there for it to go in. And see, this has the little spikes on it there. So the Dragonzord probably has a pair of hands on it now. And we got the couple of mini Green Ranger figures right there. There's that one. And then there's a second one right here where he's playing the flute. And then these would go on the hand placement when it goes into armor mode. So that's a little different. Here's the staff thing, because this one should go with the dragon shield, kind of like the emblem in the middle, and then the tail goes on it to form a weapon when it's in fighting mode. And there's the tail. So kind of snaps and then is bendy. Zord itself. This is what it looks like right out of the bag. Really shiny.
Very shiny. I think the other ones are somewhat shiny, but this one seems to be the shiniest.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see all that gold on there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Green Ranger's Morpher is gold. You know. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the hands on here should be able to have that blast effect because it looks like they have the indents. Yeah, so that just fits right in there. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And right here at the top, it lifts up so you can see the Green Ranger console in there. See that?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so it has pegs on the back for when it transforms and for the tail. So here the tail should just kind of like pop in right there. See, just pops right in. So, what do you think about the height compared to the other two?
I mean, I feel it is. I don't know why it's
Tad shorter.
tad shorter, but does it need to be shorter, or is it just because it's more convenient?
Oh, I mean, I don't know, because maybe if they make it too tall, then when you put Triceratops and the saber-tooth tiger on it, it might look gigantic.
True.
Maybe, I don't know. But I think there was 1/144th scale, something like that. Probably.
That sounds right.
Yep. So this just snaps right off, and then you take the blast effect off, and then traditionally this should just basically split down the middle. Let me take a look at the instructions really quick, because these were slightly different with a few things with like the pegs and stuff that they needed to move into different positions. So let's see. Yep. Okay, yeah, so it looks like it would just split normally. Doesn't look like there's any like locking pegs in there. Yeah, looks like it'll just split normally. Okay, so yep. This is a little wedge in there, this center stomach piece. Really, this should just kind of fall or pop out, but it's like wedged in there somehow.
Yeah. Well, maybe because it's new, it's probably not.
Could be. Why is this?
There you go.
Okay.
Was there like a latch or something?
Okay, so you can kind of see right there, that peg.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes into this hole on the side. So this will snap in to hold it. But I don't really remember on the other ones really having like that kind of a snap on it.
Maybe it's to help it keep more secure.
I guess.
You know, with everything being a little bit different with the Zap line. Thank you.
Okay, so this will go back in, and these should just kind of like fit in there like that. Then these should come forward to make the new chest plate. And it seems like everything on here is a little stiff, like it needs some elbow grease just to move. Okay, there. So, almost. It was snapped in, but then it snapped out. Come on. Okay. Yeah, it's only just these two little pegs right here. It should just snap right in, but it's not holding. There, see, it should just hold right there, but it's not for some reason. Anyways, this lifts up, that does that. Okay, and then we'll bring the pegs on down for the legs. I don't know, maybe this will hold in place better once I put the
Once you put it fully together.
well, once I put the mastodon arms on it. Okay, did you hear that little snap right there?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a snap and then it held better, but now it's not holding again. Oh, what the heck is wrong with this? I'm not sure why this isn't just going into place. It should just go into place. Okay, maybe it'll hold this time. Okay, so which one should I combine it with first? The regular color or the black and gold?
Let's start with the regular color, the traditional way.
Traditional. Traditional, okay. Alright, so here's that. And okay, and that should just snap right in, which it looks like it does. But the shield is not holding again for some reason. I don't know why this is doing this. I need to snap this back in. Okay, so yeah, this centerpiece is having problems. Okay, let's put the legs on next. And then after that, I'm gonna look at the instructions and see if there's any weird thing about it, because it looks like it should just snap in. Yep, and this one, yep. Okay, so there that is. Let me take a look at the instructions on this center shield piece, because that should just snap in. I don't remember any other Dragonzords having that much of an issue with it just snapping. Okay, yeah, you can see right here. So, yeah, you open it, slides back to take out the centerpiece, and then they just come forward. And yeah, it just snaps right there, but it's not holding for some reason.
Well, are these?
No, that's part of a different thing.
Okay. Well, should just.
I don't know, maybe because it's just so
New?
stiff, newish right now, you know? Maybe I have to break it in, and hopefully it doesn't break. Okay, so I figured out what was wrong. So, when the shield is on the side, there's like a little lever that pops out, and it needs to come over, right? But this still needs to turn. And when it turns, it needs to kind of like snap into this position before it can clamp and, you know, turn into the centerpiece there on the torso. So that took some finessing to do because it's like these little it's like a little peg snap almost when you turn it over. So in order to do that, I needed to resplit it, turn it in, and make sure that it's snapped into this position, because otherwise it would just kind of like this, you know, it would have been at an angle. So it needs to snap like that first on both sides, and then I can bring it together. So it's kind of a process to do this piece, whereas before it would literally just do that. You know, it would do that on the original one.
Do you think they want to do it so it's more secure?
I mean, it's more snaps to get this into it, because before it would just and snap, but it's like it comes out, turns, snaps, you know. So it's an extra process to do that. So now that it's assembled, what do you think?
It looks very good. It's definitely got that feel to it of being, you know, the Mega Dragonzord.
Mega Dragonzord?
Yeah.
It has that feeling of being the Mega Dragonzord.
Yeah. I know what I was trying to say, but it didn't come out correctly.
Uh-huh. So this would be the Dragonzord in fighting mode. The Mega Dragonzord.
That's what I was trying to say.
I guess you could call it. You'd be like that, the Mega Draga.
The Mega Draga.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then for this part, so we need this and that. Looks like it'll just there. Pretty simple, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it matters which side it goes in. It'll just fit, basically, because the original one, it was kind of like curved in, and you'd have to, it can only go one way. And then this, here, we'll snap all these dragon tail parts in, and let's see, that should just kind of sit there, but it doesn't. Why doesn't instructions with all these extra small detail pieces? Why do they do this to me? Yep. Okay, okay. This is actually the handle. So it looks like the tail should actually separate. Okay, right there. There's a ball joint. There. There's a ball joint that separates it. Okay. So now should have it in these three sections, plus the tail spearhead there. Okay. There. Now it works.
Looks good. A fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it has all these like 18 steps for one, and then like 17 steps for the other one. Pay attention to the steps because there's like little things in there that weren't a part of the other two, the legacy version and the original version that just weren't there. They were simpler,
Mm-hmm.
And if you just base it on those designs, which is what I was doing, because it's overall the same thing basically, but there's all these like small little parts as we've just seen. So yeah, small little details here and there that need to be paid attention to. Okay, so this is the traditional look of the Dragonzord, and now we'll see how it looks with the black and gold. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to combine these two next and see how that looks, but just the overall height of this, it looks like this one is a bit taller. And if you put the fin up, a lot taller. So maybe that's why it's so short to begin with. Otherwise, it would be huge. So yeah, and then here's how tall the T-Rex is comparatively. So, yep. Okay, and then here is it with the black and gold Megazord. What do you think about this one?
I like this one. It looks cleaner. The green with the black and the gold looks nice. I figure once you figure out all the 70 million steps in order to get that done.
Well, once I got the center chest plate in place, the rest of it was pretty normal as a regular transfer over. Not too difficult. But yeah, there's a lot of extra mini steps on here that I could do without. But I mean, once you got those steps down, it should be fine. So there's that, and then here's this one. So what do we think about these two next to each other then?
It looks good. The zap line seems to be a good line, a good piece for any collector's collection.
15 and up. Probably because of all the steps in the instructions.
Yeah.
All those. It's marketed as 15 and up.
Well, probably because anyone under 15 probably has no idea what's going on.
They'd probably break it.
They probably would. Overall, this was a great.
I mean, this was meant for the kids who watched it in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm. And you can definitely see that in the care that how it was crafted. That there's a little bit more detail in these ones, but they also did a good job with the originals as well. You can see the details on the chest plate, and I guess that's like the belt. That's what I'm gonna call it, the belt.
The belt.
The belt. The Z's on the.
Yeah, the Z's here though, they could have gone with the same chrome-like shine there for this, but they didn't. Just nitpicking at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like the Dragonzord with the
black and gold.
The black and gold, just because the black and gold complements the
green
and gold better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a nice, cleaner look to it. It's, it's a great figure, and it looks good with it.
Uh huh.
And
Let's see. I could probably. Here, look. They got the mini Tommy figure there. Look at that.
It's a scale.
Does that look to scale? How does that look? Does that look pretty good?
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Can you see the little Tommy on there?
You can see Tommy on there. He's just, playing his flute and he's ready to rock and roll.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just his flute, and when Kimberly converted her bow into a harp, that's the only way they beat Guitardo. That guy was a jerk.
Well, let's be honest. Most of the you can put them both. You can put them both there.
Yeah,
Put one on each side.
There's this one. There.
That's the pose one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one he's striking the pose. The other one he's playing the flute. What do you think about that?
That's good.
Does that look to scale?
Yeah. It does look to scale. He's very tiny for a giant Megazord.
Well, I mean, normally he would just stand on here, but this isn't a flat surface. This is a curved, indented surface, so he'll just fall off right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there works. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay.
And then you can put the other one on the other side. Have two Tommies.
You could. They did have two Tommies once, but you can't have two Tommies in the same time period. So the other Tommy went to go live back in Colonial Angel Grove.
Was it Colonial? Oh, yeah.
It was Colonial Angel Grove. Even though Angel Grove is somewhere on the west coast, which was basically probably still part of Louisiana or undiscovered at that point. But yeah, let's go back to Colonial Angel Grove.
Because why not?
Yeah. Yeah, if it actually is colonial, then it would have been on the East Coast, so it would have been probably one of the New England states.
Weren't they in California?
Well, yeah, because Zordon's in the desert, and I don't think there's a desert in Massachusetts.
I don't think there is.
So that doesn't really work. But when you're 5 years old, you're not connecting.
Logics
these
don't
dots.
make sense.
You're not connecting these dots when you're 5 years old.
You are not. It's until you get older that you start like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so there's one more transformation. So basically, we'd have to resplit this, and then it would pretty much just sit on top of here. So let's see if we can do that without as many problems with all the little niches and, pegs and connections and all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, just pull that out. There we go. I don't know, maybe it's because it is just still new that it's stiff on some of the parts, I guess. Yeah, so this resplits, and that goes back up, and then these right here will come back over and just kind of sit there, and they will snap in, and that is good enough. So this is where these parts come in. So these would just kind of sit here. To make it look better, I guess. So yeah. So you got that versus that. So make it look better, cleaner, I guess.
Yeah.
And it just, the peg there just kind of slides right in. So like that. Okay, and then this one, I have to move the mastodon legs back, and then here, do that, and then bring these down. I wonder if this can hold the weight. What do you think?
See.
Will it hold?
I hope so. We'll see.
Well, it should. Okay, and then this should just kind of fit on the top here. Probably. This may also take some finessing to get in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of sit on the top like that.
Mm-hmm. According to the instructions, it looks like you can put the tail on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the tail and the original center plate would kind of just sit on either side, and kind of see in the photo there. It would just kind of do that. But I don't recall them ever doing that in the series. But with the original one, the one from '93, they all had like the same connection points. So I think that's where that came from. So let's see. This pop back off. Okay. Put that back straight. Put this back in. This one goes upside down, and should probably take this off to do that because I don't think it'll work otherwise. Okay, so here would be like the leg pegs. You know, this would go in there. So if you flip it, that's where it has that connection there. I don't know why everything is just so stiff to connect it. You almost feel like you have to break it to get it in. You know? Yeah. There, you really need to jam that in there, but that'll just kind of sit there. And then this kind of has like that hole in the back, but trying to jam this in, I almost feel like I will break it. The amount of force needed to just push it in. Oh, this thing is ridiculous. I mean, other than that, it's a great design.
Yeah, just
What
everything
do you
just
think?
yeah. Well, I know that I can see you struggling to put them in there, and I know you don't want to. We just got this, so we don't want to.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna put this one in. It's really not worth the aggravation or the possibility of snapping and breaking something, you know? So I'm just not gonna do that. Besides, that's not really like show accurate anyways. I do not recall an episode ever where that happened.
And probably just wanted to put it there for people who want to connect more to it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what do we think about this, other than those crazy connection issues?
Looks good. You know, it's like a good one.
It looks like a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so let's see how this looks then with the black and gold. I gotta reassemble everything.
Alright, so go.
Okay, so now it is on the black and gold Dragonzord. So what do you think? Does this one look also better on the black and gold?
Yeah.
Like the first version that we did?
Well, I just think overall color-wise it looks good.
It's a better color pattern.
It is a better color pattern, that's for sure.
Okay. Also in the back here, if you want, you can take off the T-Rex tail, and then this kind of opens up in the back here and will snap on the bottom there. Hold it in place if you want. That's just more work. I really didn't want to do more work. So it sits on there okay, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's that one. And then this one. Also taller because it's sitting on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think about the Dragonzord?
Overall, I think it was a great purchase for the collection.
Okay.
It was definitely stiff from what you said, and I don't know if that's just new because it's a new and we haven't messed with it before, or that's just
Yeah, you probably have to break in a few of the joints because they are kind of stiff and they don't really want to snap properly unless you kind of like force them to snap in, and then also, you know, putting in some of these into the different places where they're supposed to go, just kind of like trying to fit them together almost seems like it would break or snap something that's not supposed to, just because it is such a tight fit, and you know, just a few places it doesn't just like go. You have to like really just kind of jimmy it in there, you know?
yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Other than that, you know, I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. It's definitely good. It's a good addition, and it's I like it on both of the Megazords, but I like it on the black and gold better, but that's just...
Yeah, you like the color scheme better with the black and gold.
It just looks more, like, clean, and it looks more aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, yeah, so too much color on this one is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And just the right amount of color.
Just the right amount of color, yes.
Because it all blends with the gold scheme is what you're saying.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, final thoughts on this one, the third addition to the Zap line.
I don't really think I have any other final thoughts. It's a good, for the people who got it, you'll definitely enjoy it. Like you were saying, the joints can be a little bit stiff right now, but that's probably because it's just new.
Just break them in a little bit, give them some wiggles,
Yeah,
some wobbles.
You know, it looks good.
Also, definitely read the instructions because, contrary to previous versions, there are some extra steps in here, and they are tedious.
That they are. All right, everyone. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Yep.
Bye.